So hey everyone, so in this video, I'm going to be teaching how to start an eBay account from scratch in 2022 with no feedback and no money. I'm going to be talking about number 5, which is feedback. So, what is feedback and what does it mean? So feedback is basically when someone buys an item on eBay, any item, doesn't matter what it is. It could be a CD, it could be a video game, it could be, say, a hat, it could be a book, it could be a coffee mug. It doesn't matter what the person buys. When they buy the item on eBay and they pay for it, and you ship it out to them, and then they receive the item, and say they receive the item, and say it's in, say you said it was in good condition, and it arrives in good condition, they'll leave positive feedback. And they'll say like, item was as described, and it was exactly what I wanted. A+ seller, and leave a positive feedback. I mean, like they're saying, like I've seen people say like, why don't you leave a neutral? None of these transactions are. Why are you leaving positive feedback? None of these transactions are like overly impressive. And well, that's true. I mean, it's just like standard packing jobs and stuff. I mean, there's some that might say, hey, great is great. I've had some that say like really great packing job on the item, but I mean, that's not like stellar packing job. It's just like a standard packing job, But the item did arrive as described. They'll still leave positive feedback usually, most of the time. Neutral feedback would be if you feel like, for example, like you had a problem with the item, but you returned it, and say the seller ended up refunding you. There might be some people that leave a positive, but then there'll be some people that will leave a neutral. And the neutrals were like, for example, like if someone leaves you a positive feedback, say, yeah, we start at 0 and you get 1 feedback. Then if, say, someone leaves you a neutral, your star number doesn't go up to 2, but it doesn't go down to 0 if you get a negative, like you would if you get a negative. And you don't want a neutral. But it's honestly better than getting a negative. I mean, it sucks getting a neutral, but it's honestly better getting a neutral than it is getting a negative. And a negative is where, someone absolutely hates the item. They might hate the item because it, say, arrived broken. And they might leave a negative feedback saying, item arrived broken. Or item, say you said the item works and the item doesn't work. And then, or stuff like that, And then there might be some people that leave a negative without even like contacting you first. They might say, item arrived broken. Seller didn't contact me and let me know that item arrived broken. And then there will be some people that will contact you. There'll be people that will contact you first, but then there'll be people that there'll be some that earn the majority, but they'll leave like negative feedback, won't even contact you, just leaving you a negative. And it's like, sucks. And then there's some people who would just leave bad negatives, like they're like for no reason leave you negative, like item arrived broken but seller refunded me, like something that should be like a neutral, they might leave a negative for, and there's sometimes you can do nothing about them. those type of negatives, which sucks, but like it is what it is. I mean, basically though, what you want to do is if you get a negative or neutral, what you want to do is you can reply to feedback, and what you want to do is you want to tell your said story, like say, buyer never contacted me to let me know item was broken in transit, would have refunded seller, would have refunded buyer, say, would have refunded buyer had they left me a message, or had they sent me a message saying that item arrived broken or something like that, say. Or there might be some buyers that say, leave a negative, say, item was supposed to arrive according to eBay on the 1st. It's the 2nd. Item hasn't arrived yet. You know what I mean? There's a lot of buyers that are patient, and they know that like post office is slow. They know that, but there's some buyers that are just like, if eBay says it's gonna arrive on the 1st, they better get it on the 1st, because on the 2nd they're leaving a negative, or if, you know, and it just sucks, you know, but there's nothing you can do about it. And then there's some buyers like that'll leave a negative because they confuse you with your item with another item. They might be like, this item sucks, like this item didn't work, and it's not an item you don't have to test this item. It might be, say, a book, and say they leave a negative saying this item doesn't work, and it's a book, and it's like, why would you say this item doesn't work if it's a book? But then you can contact eBay on the phone, or you can just use eBay's like automatic feedback remover tool, and get removed. And then the feedbacks like that suck. And again, like a feedback, you're automatically going to get removed because they confuse with another item, or they left like nasty feedback in there, or they say like, I've had feedbacks where they say like thanks, like something that should be a positive, but it's a comment, but they leave a neutral instead, or a negative, for no reason, for they confuse me and with another. And I've had some people that leave positives, comments saying like, this item's the wrong item, I'm gonna go return it or something like that. And they confuse it with one item, and they leave that feedback for all items. And some buyers leave it if it's a positive comment, no matter what it says. If they meant to. So I don't know. But then the star numbers, the higher the star numbers, the better. If you have like a few stars, people might not take you as seriously. But I've also noticed like the stars. Like if you start out like low amount, a $10 item, you'll be able to sell. You may not be able to sell it for. You won't be able to sell for the full $10. Get the full $10 of it. You have to list it at, say, $8 or $9. I'm buying it now. But if you have like, say, more feedback you have, and I've noticed that too. Like you can get like, I was getting like a lot of off because I'm buying it now, and I was getting like a lot of offers. I was getting like a lot of lower offers. And if I'm selling the stuff here and there on full price. And like I was saying before, you want the higher feedback stores. Like I was saying, because I've been getting a bunch of like offers I was getting when I had like 100, 200, 300, 400 feedback. I was getting a bunch of like offers. Sometimes they were lower offers, but sometimes they were more fair offers, and I took them. And then even if I was getting like lower offers, I ended up countering them. And at that price, that was a fair counter offer. And they took it because they just wanted a better deal. I mean, now, really ever since I've been getting like the 500 feedback mark, I've been getting a lot more full price sales. I've been getting a lot more full price sales, whether it's full price, whether it's my full asking price on after like I did a markdown sale on them, and I marked it down, on my 10%, 15% sale. So I marked it down to 15% off. I ended up selling for my full asking price on sale. I mean, and then if I get offers, usually it's a lot more reasonable offers. Like people will be saying, say I have an embassy for $10. They might ask, hey, can you sell it to me for $9? And it's like, I can't really, maybe I could say $9.50. But it's like, I can't really say $9.50 though. So I'll take the 9. Or there might be people who say, hey, a $10, can you sell it to me for, say, $2? And then I'll counter it, say, I'll give it to you for, I just listed I'll sell it to you for 9. They'll take the 9 because they want it. And that kind of ties into feedback, Like I've been selling a lot more full price items. No, like less offers. And if I do sell an item on an offer, it's usually it's usually like a more reasonable offer. Or even if it's a lower priced offer, I take it if it's an item that's been sitting. Say it's been sitting in my inventory for a while. Say it's been sitting on eBay for say 6 months here. It might be a little bit of a lower offer, but I'll end up taking it, So, but yeah, that plays into it too. Like offers play into it too when you have feedback, Like you might get lower offers, or you might have to take them, in order to move product when you first start, or like when you first start as like the more you get in eBay, the more advanced you get, more feedback you get. You'll be able to take get more money for the stuff, and eventually when you get like really high feedback, or something like that, you might be able to get like, for example, say $10 is going at rate. You might be able, instead of being able to get $10, like now I'm at $7 feedback, I might be able to get say $9.99 for that item, a certain item. But once you have a ton of feedback, ton of followers, like maybe say a ton of items on eBay, or you may have a ton of feedback, and you may have say 25,000 feedback on eBay, or you might have a ton of followers on eBay, and you might have a ton of items on eBay. Then you might be able to get say for that 9, instead of getting $9.99 for that item, you may be able to sell for say $10.99 on eBay. Or if you have an auction, instead of getting you seen it go on auction, and someone with say 1,000 in feedback sold it for say $25 an auction, you might be able to get say 26 with say 25,000 feedback. You may be able to get say $26, or you may even be able to get $28, just because of the fact that you have more feedback, you have more people buying from you. There might be people that when you get when they follow you on eBay, you might buy just from they might buy from who they follow first before they buy from a random seller on eBay. So if you were to say I sell something and I sell for I have listed for $5 plus shipping, let's say $5 shipping. There's someone on eBay that has it cheaper. They might buy it from me instead because they follow me and they've bought from me in the past and they know I'm a reliable seller. And they pay more for knowing that they get better customer service from me. So that plays into it too with the feedback. So I know it's kind of off a tangent, but not feedback, but it kind of all ties into feedback though. So I'm gonna next time I'm gonna do part 6, which is where to source. Where are some good places to source at, and how to win sourcing at garage sales, flea markets, thrift stores, estate sales, online auctions, like Shop Goodwill, or eBay online auctions, or your local auction, your local online auction, local auction house. All of them do online auctions. Your local auction house is online auction, or local in-person auction or storage units, or asking, selling stuff around the house or family and friends, give you stuff to sell, or pawn shops. I'm gonna be doing all that, on how to source, from each place and how to do well at every place. And some of these places I haven't searched for, like pawn shops. I don't have any pawn shops in my immediate area, but you can. But I'll do as best I can teaching about every area I know. So next time, take care.